This afternoon I'm going to demonstrate how to make buttermilk pie. This is a recipe that my family enjoys. At one point my son likes for me to make biscuits, so I would always buy buttermilk for that and never know what to do with the leftovers. So I looked for a recipe that I could use the rest of the buttermilk with, and this is what I came up with, was this buttermilk pie. It's really quick. It's something that you generally have most of the ingredients. You know, if you've got your buttermilk, you've got most of the ingredients to make it. And it's something you can make really quick. If you had unexpected company or something, you could whip it up pretty quick and they'd be very impressed with it. Well, alright, let's get started. The first thing we have to do is preheat our oven, and the oven heats up to 350, and I've already turned that on, so we're good there. Then the next thing, we're going to get our ingredients together. The first thing, we have 1.5 cups of sugar, 1 tablespoon of flour, 2 eggs, 1/2 cup of buttermilk, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 3/4 of a stick of butter melted, and a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, let's go ahead and mix up our ingredients to make the crust for our pie. First thing we have is our sugar, and it's 1.5 cups. Okay, got just a little bit too much, so we'll put a little back. Alright, going to pour that in. And we need 1 tablespoon of flour. This is self-rising flour. Put that in. And our 2 eggs. And I take the eggs out about 30 minutes in advance so that they're pretty much room temperature. They seem to mix better that way. So we'll go ahead and crack the eggs in. Okay. And the other one. Alright. And the next thing is our buttermilk. And we need 1/2 cup of that. So pour it in. Get all of it out. Put that in the sink. A little bit of salt, and I'm going to measure this over the sink so that I don't get too much in my pie. After the salt is the melted butter. Pour it in. Okay. And then the vanilla. Alright, and the vanilla, you can measure it over your pie, because if you get a little bit too much of that, it can only taste better. Alright, we're going to stir it up. You want to stir it up really well to make sure that you get your eggs mixed in it real well. Make sure you get all the little lumps out of your flour. This already smells so good because of the vanilla that's in it. It smells like ice cream. Alright, and let's see, now we're going to put it in our pie shell. This is a 9-inch regular pie shell, not the deep dish kind. This is enough mixture for one pie, and it doesn't really like rise up, but it may kind of drip over the edges. So once we get it in the pie shell, then I'm going to set it on a cookie sheet so that if it goes over the sides, it'll catch it and not make a mess in the oven. Okay, I'm going to pour the mixture in. Okay. And now, before I put it in the oven, I'm going to use some pieces of tin foil, and I'm going to wrap the edges of the crust so that they don't get too brown. They will brown. They'll be a nice golden brown. They just won't get too brown and have that sort of burnt taste to them that happens if you don't wrap them up. Okay, I'm going to put it on our cookie sheet. Like that. It's very soupy, so be careful. And now we're going to put it in the oven. Okay, and we're going to set our timer for 45 minutes. Please excuse the extra dishes around here. We're in the process of moving into a new house, so I'm kind of stuck between kitchens right now. Okay, through the magic of video, here is our finished product. You can remove the tin foil. When you take it out of the oven, you want to let it cool completely before you cut it, so that it doesn't like run together too much. And alright, there's our finished pie. And like I said, you can also make it out of the just the pie filling and use it for ice cream topping. Works great. Thank you and have a good evening.